Hey guys, so we're gonna be playing Minecraft and we're gonna be talking today. So we're setting up Benji and then we're gonna teach him how to play Minecraft. Oh no, play demo world?
Can't believe this is not free. Unbelievable.
It lied. Okay,
Continue.
so
Whoa.
yeah, continue playing. Okay, is it running well, like smoothly?
Yeah.
Or is it pretty laggy?
Smooth. Smooth
Nice.
as smooth can
Okay.
be. So this is the game. This is the #1 game of all time.
Yes, sir.
This. Okay. Oh, look, a leaf. And I don't know how to move. Am I supposed to move?
And then they become your friend.
Mushroom. There you go. I like being here. I like standing here. This is nice. This is where I would go in real
Standing.
life. If this was real life, this is where I would be.
On top of a tree.
100%.
So what are you doing right now in the game?
I just jumped off a tree and I got hurt. And then my heart points went back up. What is going on? Like, I get hurt.
So you're in peaceful mode.
If I jump in the ocean, will I survive?
with the oak planks you made, and then you can fill it one by one using the right click. So Benji, when you think about life, what do you think about?
I think about how overcomplicated I make life and how most people do that.
I think
I'm looking at the stars. I'm thinking about the stargazing I went last week with my wife. We went to the mountains for a getaway, and we saw stars that just will blow your mind. We saw 4 shooting stars, and then we made wishes, and my wife made way too many wishes, like 7. I was like, you don't understand how wishes work. She was like, I wish for this, and I wish for that, and I wish for this. But her wishes are also genuine. Like, she wishes for people. You know, she wishes happiness for this person or for that person to find, you know, peace and consolidation in her marriage and all this kind of thing. I wish for silly things like, I don't remember. That's what I think about. Right now I'm thinking about where I would go in real life if this was a real life place. What would I do? I would find the highest point and I would just sit there and watch. I wouldn't build anything. I don't need to build anything. Too much building in my life. I want to stop building. I just want to do nothing. Touch a cow. I don't want to offend anyone's love for Minecraft, but someone's got to. That's what I'm saying. I'm that guy. I am absolutely that guy that tries to counterbalance the narrative, counterbalance the trends of life. You know, it's just this weird thing I have where if everybody, and I think some people can relate to this. It's kind of like a countercultural tendency. Like if everybody loves something, there's something in you that just wants to, like, just bash on it. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I notice it a lot in myself. With everything, like everyone's like all about this, you know, fashion or that influencer or this place to live. Like everyone loves Colorado, so I bash on Colorado every chance I get, every opportunity I have to bash on Colorado and Ohio, by the way, just so you know.
Why Ohio, man?
Because everyone's like, go Columbus. Columbus is where the action is. It's like, and then I have
Who
this
says
need.
that?
People love Columbus. I mean, people love
Really?
the community there, and especially like our church community. They love, you know. And people have friends there, and it's like, in Colorado. But it's mostly Denver. But Denver gets all the love in America. All the love. And it used to be California. Like 10 years ago, California was like, I'm moved to California. That's where the action is. No, nobody liked California. Because of me. Thanks to me. Actually, if my son found out I was playing Minecraft right now, he would just laugh in my face. And he would just make up stories. Like, you're just... And I would say, oh, it's for work because I'm doing this I'm doing this stream with Seiji. It's for high noon. And he would say, you're just making up reasons to play Minecraft.
Is that what he'd say?
Oh, yeah. I don't know where he gets it. It's really... I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm super concerned about people that play a lot of video games. It's just, you know, it's... it's just highly addictive. I mean, if you compare the modern day game versus like when I was a kid, it was Super Mario Brothers, right? Like actually your brothers and I are like the same age range. It's like Super Mario. There's no payments, there's no paywalls, there's no ads. It's just a simple game and you finish it, and then you play it again if you want. But the level of addictiveness is just completely night and day. But even so, like, I don't know, it's concerning, and I know that there are a lot of people that are, wanting to play less. So I feel people that are on the addicted spectrum of gaming, but it's concerning to see like kids just on their phones at Walmart. I don't go to Walmart. Yeah. That's a lie. Like at the restaurant, for example. You go to a store and there's kids in the freaking shopping cart and they're on their phones, right?
Interesting. So it's like, it's such a good, what is it? Like deterrent in the moment, right? Like kids are in a bad mood, and then it's like, oh, here's my phone. Like parents would give kids their phone, and then it'll shut them up for a while.
Well, I was like talking to her because I was friendly, and I was like I was just curious, like like why are you giving your kids phones, right? I kind of asked like that, and then what she said blew my mind, Seiji. All right, she said, but it's good for them. You see? And so at that moment, I realized what was going on in our culture is that there is a massive misconception that phones are good for kids, but it's based in it's more of a justification for convenience for parents, because they don't actually believe it's good for. Well, they kind of do, right? It's like, oh, it's good for their education. It's good for them to learn technology, especially from a young age. There's this massive narrative going on from a very young age. It's really good for your kids to have phones and be on screens and devices because it helps them get ahead, quote unquote, in life and all this stuff. And I was like, who is inculcating or brainwashing, for lack of a better word, our generation, our parents' generation, to tell us that this stuff is good for kids? But there's a massive, massive population that just believes that, like fundamentally they believe. And then I realized that that's a completely opposite like energy from me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, which is not, it's just different. And that's how I kind of understand it. So at that moment I was like, oh, I get it. I actually understand why people will actually push their kids to use phones, because they like fundamentally believe that is good for them.
What blew your mind is like, nobody's necessarily wrong.
No, it's because different beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different beliefs, right? And the main problem is that we're not really teaching people or teaching ourselves like how to like actually be in control of technology. Is a lot of the time it's just like free reign, or not quite knowing what to do. Game works.
I get it, but I think because like enjoyment is not a good reason to do anything just for the sake of enjoyment. Sitting and playing a game is not healthy. It's not. If you think about opportunity cost, right? Like think of anything that our ancestors, even 50 years ago, 20 years ago. What did people do for entertainment is vastly different from what people do for entertainment now, right? So in a pre-internet age or pre-screen age, the default activities were almost all in some ways healthy. For your mind, for your body, for your connection, right? Relationships. I see a very strong incentive for people to justify games. I see the same thing going for porn, right? Or anything sexual. Is like there's a strong incentive for people, because the vast majority of people do it, to justify and make reasons and to say why it's healthy and good. It's like, okay, sure. But ultimately the question is like, what do you want to do with your life? I have a puzzle game on my phone, just so you know, Seiji. This is my confession. I have a puzzle game on my
Benji.
phone. Let me tell you, like last year, I went through this period where I was like wanting to find something to do on the toilet, just for fun. and then I found Pokemon Red and Blue, which is the first Pokemon game. You maybe played.
Yeah.
Did you ever play that game?
I have.
Okay, cool. So I found an emulator, and I found out that you can get this game on your phone within like 10 minutes of work. I was like playing Pokemon Red on my phone. And then I learned that I can increase the speed by 16 times the game speed. 16 times, Seiji. And I was like, oh my God.
That's huge.
I was
Because
like,
the game is so slow.
yeah, exactly. It's so slow. You have to get a bicycle in the game just to go faster. That's how.
Yeah.
And
that was
then,
my first grind.
yeah,
Just
and
getting
then
a
it
bike.
was 16 times. And then at that moment, I was like, this generation's totally screwed because you can't learn patience with a game that goes 16 times the speed. Or, you know what I'm saying? You can't. And so at that moment, I was like, okay, this game's not for me. And so I landed on, I like downloaded a bunch of puzzles type stuff just to like think, relax. The one I love is called Free Flow. It's just like this one where you connect. It's like a puzzle game. You connect dots like through lines, and there's a ton
Oh
of
wait, I
different
think I know that. Yeah.
Free Flow. I love this game. It's so mindless. You don't have to think. You could just. It's actually quite therapeutic because you can just like wander off, take a dump, like just it's just like a mindless thing. But it's kind of it's not too much stimulation, but it's kind of like a nice puzzle. And so I do that for just once a day on the toilet, and that's like my gaming routine. And so the reason I'm bringing this up is because I think any type of phone use or device can be used very intentionally. And that's the key. It's like, of course, anyone can justify whatever we want. You could say like, oh yeah, I'm training to be a professional Minecrafter or whatever that is for the future. And so, okay, you can justify that, but ultimately you have to ask the questions like, what do you want with your life? Is that what you want? Then, okay, go ahead. You're going to go down that path and you're going to learn the lessons that path will provide for you. And then you'll course correct, as we always do. We'll correct direction and pivot a little bit. But I just always have to go back to the question of like, what do you want? Like, what do you actually really want in your life? Not what does my body want, or what is my, what feels good, but what is your conscience? What is your heart really calling you to do? And I think for most people, it's not to become professional video gamers. That's just my bet.
One thing I wanted to kind of like bring up is like, especially in this day and age, like how we handle emotions. A lot of people don't have quite the environment like suitable for like connection. Whether if it's like, parents who are struggling or kind of like just difficult school situation. Like if someone's in school and they're just having a hard time, they don't feel like they can go to their parents for something, and then it's just natural kind of distrust of like adults, for example.
Yeah.
And like for a lot of people, actually gaming kind of serves as like a saving grace almost, where it's like at least gives them somewhere they can feel a little bit better about life or themselves, or like at least in the meantime.
Yeah. The rain.
How's your world in
Enjoying
Minecraft?
the rain. This is nice. Honestly, I just like walking around and talking to you. This is fun. To your point, Seiji, like let's paint a picture for most people. Most people are in not good environments, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Because most people are in school full time, come home, have homework, right? And probably hate school. I actually never talked to someone in high school or college that was like, I love school all the time. Right? Maybe sometimes, maybe there's like 5% of the time it's nice, but nobody I talked to is ever like, I love school. I'm so glad I'm in school, and I am so sad it's going to end. I'm so sad. Like, no, never. All right. So
Never.
that's the environment.
Yeah.
And you come home to a environment where most parents are both working full time, yeah, usually both parents are working full time, and everyone's busy, and you give that kid unlimited, unrestricted access to the internet and gaming and all that it offers. It's not the greatest recipe for connection and healing and a great healthy outlet, right? And then you contrast that with like my son. I was talking about my son and how he's kind of, our kids are quite different in their views. And I would say it's because like we are 100% homeschool in our family.
Oh.
I work from home. My wife hasn't had a job in, actually, she's never had a job her whole life because I'm the breadwinner. I work, and my wife stays home, and she makes food all day because she loves it. Just to be clear, it's not like I'm like, make food, woman. This is her like passion and hobby. Is she bakes food every day. She's baking snacks. She's baking healthy food. She's making dinner, lunch, breakfast. She loves this stuff, right? So she like takes care of her home. So our children are growing up in an environment where like we're a unit that's always together. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing that is unsaid. There's no emotion that passes by us without being addressed. There's no fight or argument or discomfort that's not brought out into the open in some way, shape, or form, right? And so I'm not saying this to like boast or brag, but it's to kind of highlight the like contrast between what's usually normal, you know, especially in like our generation that grew up, especially kids nowadays, and how busy everyone is, versus the environment that my kids are growing up, or we're raising them. It's a very different environment for sure. And so it makes sense that we're not like super into gaming and seeing it as an outlet. But I also think, Seiji, that, you know, there are 1,000,001 things to do to be healthy outlets for emotions and connection than gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's tons of things. There's so many things. And sometimes people do get addicted to things like sports or exercise. And I would say, hey, that's way better than being addicted to gaming. So again, I'm not here to like say everyone's wrong and you need to stop playing video games. I'm here to create alternatives and to like think a little differently about what's possible and what is impossible.